You're watching the Common Constitutionalist Video Podcast, Special Weekday Edition. Hi there, welcome to the Common Constitutionalist Weekday Video Podcast, Special Quickie Edition, whatever. Today I'm going to be talking, my name is Brent Smith, I'm the Common Constitutionalist, for those who don't know. Today I'm going to be discussing one topic, and this is leftist cancel culture in action. I will be discussing that right after this. Be right back. We all know that the left, in order to function, the radical left particularly, in order to function, and that's pretty much everybody nowadays, it seems like, bar for very, very few, they need someone to fight against, a boogeyman, so that you won't, so the American public in mass or on the whole won't notice the radical direction that they're thrusting us into. And so that's why they need this boogeyman. They constantly need somebody to fight against. They need somebody to blame. It's all their fault and we need to fix it because of, for the last 4+ years, it's been Trump. He's been the consistent boogeyman. He's been Orange Man bad. He's been the guy that's been standing in the way of progress. Okay? Don't fall for that Make America Great stuff, the fact that he did. But don't fall for it. So, for those who watch and read quite often, or in the past, you'll know that I'm not a member, but I did sign up for the MoveOn.org newsletter, and it is educational at the very least. So, like I said, they need a boogeyman. The boogeyman's been Trump for 4+ years. Now Trump is fading into the background. Sure, they're doing this stupid impeachment thing. Again, I've said it before, how do you impeach a private citizen? I don't know. Whatever, that's beside the point. The new boogeyman, evidently, according to MoveOn.org and every other leftist, and it's been splashed all over the media, is Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was duly elected in this past election as a congressperson from Georgia. I don't know what district. I don't care what district. She ain't my district. Doesn't matter. According to MoveOn.org, let's cut to the chase, they say. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, I guess she's the devil incarnate or something, according to these people. She has advocated murdering Democrats, still thinks Trump won the election. She ain't the only one. And claims that the deadly mass shootings in Parkland, Florida were a hoax. Then, you know how when you're reading an article and you see something that's highlighted and underlined, and you click on that and it's a link to an independent source proving what they say is true or whatever. And then sometimes if they have too many sources, or they're going to have lots of sources throughout the article, they'll footnote them in superscript 1, and then you look down at the bottom of the page and it says the link to go to. In this particular case, there's a 1, a 2, and a 3. She must, and then they go on to say, and I'll get to the footnotes in a little bit, she must be removed from Congress immediately. Why? How? I don't even understand it. Let me jump back to the superscript 1, 2, 3 footnotes where you're supposed to hyperlink to the proof, the independent source. Throughout this little short email blast that they send, there's a total of 9 superscript footnotes that you go down to the bottom. Every single one, 1 through 9, was just highlighting or sending you to another MoveOn.org email news blast. That is, all these things are just donations. Throughout the entire email, it's donate $5, donate that. They beat you over the head with donations. That's their prerogative. I signed up under my own free will. again, as many know, just to keep an eye on the radical left, okay? And these people are as radical as it gets. So Greene has repeatedly endorsed political violence, calling for a bullet to the head of Nancy Pelosi. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. Again, she was elected by the people. We are a representative republic. We're not a democracy. We're not an oligarchy yet, or anything like that. An aristocracy, whatever you want to claim that we're heading down the road to. So she called for a bullet to the head of Nancy Pelosi, and she's helped incite the violence, the white supremacist violent attack on January the 6th on our Capitol, and then there's another superscript 4 that sends you down to yet another hyperlink to go to a different MoveOn.org article. Isn't that terrific? They cite themselves. That's great. Then they say, and yet the GOP is trying to sweep the insurrection. The insurrection? I love that. Just the hyperbolism, whatever, under the rug, and has even rewarded Greene with coveted seats on powerful committees. 5. And then you go to another MoveOn.org site where they ask you for more money, and there's your proof, okay? Now, I was under the impression, maybe it was the misimpression, that every seated congressman and senator gets to be on a committee or committees. And some of them are coveted and some of them aren't, but you could probably say that they're all coveted despite, it's like everybody gets a trophy type of thing. I don't know. So I don't believe these people, and I don't give a rat's patoot about Marjorie Taylor Greene or whatever the crap her name is, because again, she is one of 435 representatives in the House of Representatives in Congress, and she ain't mine, and so she appears to be some QAnon, outlier in Congress, and who cares, okay? Everybody has their wacky people in Congress, in their family that they know, whatever, okay? The left certainly does. Hello, the squad, egad. At any rate, getting off topic. Okay, and yet the GOP is trying to sweep the insurrection under the rug and has even rewarded Greene with coveted seats. It's going to be up to us to hold these traitors accountable, which is these traitors? Which is why MoveOn has launched a huge nationwide campaign to call for the removal of Marjorie Taylor Greene and other GOP seditionists from Congress. Now, I agree that if you don't like her stance and whatnot, you could try to pressure other Congress people to weigh in and take her off committees. There's no rule that says you have to be on a committee. There's no law, there's no whatever. As far as I know, there's not even a House rule. That's just the way it is. It's tradition. But now you're saying that you want to, after you just got finished with the whole Trump thing, okay, now you want to throw somebody out of Congress that was duly elected, unless, of course, just in her, maybe she stole the election, okay, with the mail-in ballots just in her district in Georgia. But no Democrat did that, okay? Maybe that was it. She stole the election. I don't know. But she's a seditionist also, and an insurrectionist, and a murderer, and, she advocates murdering people. Democrats for sure. It's just, it's ridiculous. Marjorie Taylor Greene has made her name off promoting QAnon, which the New York Times described as a right-wing. We got to trust the New York Times because it's the paper of record, if you look in the bottom of your parakeet cage, which in the New York Times described as a right-wing conspiracy theory that promotes the idea that Donald Trump is a messiah. Do they really believe that? I don't think so. I know a few QAnon people. I don't really care for their view on things, but they're perfectly grand people other than that. And as far as I know, I don't think they think he's a messiah. And sent to defeat a cabal of Satan-worshipping, child-abusing, deep state villains. Some of that's true. I'm sorry to say. Acha! And she's endorsed conspiracy theories claiming that 9/11 was an inside job. How many Democrats said that? And that George Bush was pulling the trigger or something like that. Remember when George Bush during Hurricane Katrina, he's the one that set the explosives on the seawalls? Him and Dick Cheney swim. Oh yeah. And that's just scratching the surface, apparently. She suggested in the 2018 midterms, when our nation's first two Muslim congresspeople, first two radical Islamic congresswomen were elected, they were part of an Islamic invasion of our government. I'll just let that one go. And she thinks, this one I didn't know. This is a good one. I like this. And she thinks Jewish space lasers were responsible for a wildfire in California. And that's footnoted twice, both 8 and 9. And they say, seriously? I don't know. She's Jewish space lasers. Fire the Jewish. I love this stuff. This is great, man. You can't make this crap up. Okay, so she's a racist, she's a hater, she's a conspiracy theorist, and she has slanderous attacks on the memories of murdered children and has no place in Congress. I hate to say, but in a representative republic, MoveOn.org, or any leftist or anyone in the GOP that wants to get rid of her, and I'm sure there's plenty of rhino GOPs that want to get rid of her. Again, she's one congressperson. That's it. One congressman. That's it. Okay? She won a duly... She won an election. She was duly elected, legally, okay? Followed all the rules, and she got herself elected. So she represents the people of her district. If you don't like it, effing lump it. That's the way it goes. Vote her out in 2022. Primary her. I don't care what you do, but you can't just toss her out. And that's what I mean by this is cancel culture in action. This is cancel culture on steroids. Anything that these leftists don't like, they're just going to try to cancel. They don't want to do anything about it. They don't want to have any debate. They don't want to have anything to do with, well, they don't want to have anything to do with us or anything on the right or anything that they just disapprove of. They just want to cancel it out. It's the same way with Twitter and Facebook and Google and all these other platforms that are just canceling the right, left and right. You'll know that Steven Crowder just filed suit against Facebook. Good job. Good on you, Steven. You know that Governor DeSantis is cracking down on social media, on leftist social media in Florida. Why other states, Governor Abbott, aren't doing the same, I don't know. Okay? But you all need to fall in line. If you consider yourself conservatives, true conservatives, free market conservatives, you need to fall in line. But other than that, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't know her politics. I don't care. She doesn't represent me, okay? I'm not in that district of Georgia. I'm not even in Georgia anymore. That's all I got to say. Don't forget this is Brent Smith. I'm the Common Constitutionalist. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and dang. I don't know, man. Do something. Y'all know what to do. See ya.